Grade 9, Trinity School at Greenlawn. Scene opens in medieval castle, wherein a sheepish Elise is being chided by her mother, the queen. Evelyn enters and stands to the side, visibly fuming.
Elise, I know you didn't mean to break the Duke's nose, but you're a disgrace to our family nonetheless.
Evelyn pushed me. It's not my fault I slipped and crashed into him.
Evelyn most certainly did not push you. You know your father will not be pleased.
Well, father's not alive.
Elise.
Sorry, Mother.
You know who doesn't have accidents like that?
I know. My
Your sister Evelyn.
She's just flawless, isn't she?
She is indeed. Do you know, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about her.
Well, with her being heir to the throne, they're probably true.
Except the Duke's son today was a bit outspoken. But that's understandable with the stress he was under concerning his father's nose.
Mother, Elise, you don't look happy. You're very observant, Elise. Mother, dearest, I must speak to you.
Oh, of course, Evelyn. Elise, please pull yourself together. Be more like Evelyn.
Evelyn smiles condescendingly to a discouraged Elise and walks to the side with Queen. They gesture to Elise a few times as they talk. She notices. Enter Edward.
Elise, the Duke, it was hilarious.
It certainly was to Mother and Evelyn.
Oh, don't let them get you down, Elise. You know Evelyn's just a snob.
I know that. What I don't know is whether or not I really am an embarrassment. Do you think I'll ever be anything like Evelyn?
Please don't. I think if I had two sisters like that, I'd kill someone. You're just fine how you are.
Enter a servant, running to the Queen, panicked and distraught.
Your Highness, the Duke's son!
Yes?
He's been found dead, milady, stabbed right through the heart.
The Duke's son! That was the young man who just called Evelyn a fool before the court.
I believe so. Yes, I can't believe he was killed. Who would do this?
Edward glances at Evelyn, standing by the Queen silently as the servant relays news. He turns Elise towards Evelyn.
Who do you think?
No.
What is it that Mother always says? That she's never heard anyone say anything bad about sweet little Evelyn.
Edward, she may be cold-hearted, but she would never kill someone.
She'd do anything to look good, Elise. You know that. Didn't she push you earlier just to avoid stepping in some water and ruining her dress?
That is how I ended up breaking the Duke's nose, yeah.
She's grown awfully pale since the servant announced the murder.
Well, I'm sure she's just scared.
Scared of her damaged reputation, perhaps. Rightfully, too. The kingdom would have its qualms about the future queen who's spoken of disgracefully. Don't you think it's suspicious?
The Duke's son is nobility. I'm sure there's plenty of people who like him dead.
Then why not go for the Duke himself? You're probably right, Elise. I shouldn't jump to conclusions like this. I just can't help feeling uneasy. Would you mind if we searched her room? Certainly she has nothing to hide, but it would comfort me.
Of course, Edward.
Scene 2. Scene opens to an extravagantly made bed, bedside table, and desk on stage. Elise walks around, unable to remember the last time she saw Evelyn's room.
So, what exactly are we looking for?
I suppose we'll know when we find it.
Elise begins to walk to bedside table, but Edward turns her toward the desk.
You search that. I'll check around her bed. Tell me if you find anything odd.
She rummages around, opening several drawers before she stops, and holds up a dagger sheath.
Do you mean like this sheath?
Edward jumps up and runs over, taking it in his hands and examining it carefully.
That's something odd, all right. Well, there's only one thing to do now.
What's that?
See if it matches the murder dagger. We must hurry. If it's really Evelyn, we haven't any time to lose.
Scene 3. Scene opens to Evelyn and the Queen standing around dead Duke's son.
Mother, can we leave? I feel sick. Evelyn, get a hold of yourself. We can't have a corpse lying in my hallway, can we?
Dear sister, how are you? We've barely spoken this afternoon. And Mother, you're quite right. The corpse is most unsightly. I myself shall make sure the unfortunate man is moved somewhere else, out of sight. You two needn't trouble yourselves with this.
Well, thank you, Edward. That's very helpful. At least one of you is picking up good traits from Evelyn.
wrong, Evelyn? Situation too grave for you?
This is not a laughing matter, Edward. Someone has been killed.
Oh, you're right. It's deadly serious. Care to help me out? Oh well, suit yourself.
Exit Edward, dragging the Duke's son's body.
Are you all right, Evelyn? You look a bit upset.
I believe it is your behavior, not mine, you should be worried about, as we've seen so clearly exhibited today.
I was trying to be nice.
That's not one of your talents.
Not yours either.
Sorry. What? Sorry. Wait,
You're actually apologizing to me?
don't make this harder than it already is. I'm sorry, Elise. I'm not very kind to you.
Wow. It's all right.
It's not. I'm sorry I'm so awful all the time. It seems like mothers only got love for one child, and I took it. I've done what I must to keep it, even making you and Edward look bad, but honestly, it's not much love at all. Mother hardly cares about anything but herself. Just look what's happened. She doesn't care that someone was killed, just that her lovely foyer is tainted. She doesn't care that I'm scared either.
It really is mad.
What is?
You would never do it.
Do what?
Everyone thinks somebody killed that man.
Me? What? Killed him? Why?
I don't know. Your reputation.
I value my reputation, but to go so far as to kill someone with, what was it, a sword stuck through him?
A dagger. A dagger.
Yes, at least I heard.
No. No, that's not what I... Evelyn. Edward and I searched your room.
What?
It was Edward's idea. But we found this sheet, and he said we must match it up to the murder weapon. Except he did not say murder weapon. He said murder dagger. We didn't know that it was a dagger until we came here. It could have been anything. So how would he have known it was a dagger unless...
No. No, you don't think... We have to find him, now.
Evelyn and Elise run across the stage and slow as they see the Duke's son's body on the ground, no dagger to be seen. Elise runs to the body. Evelyn approaches slowly, trying not to look.
Evelyn, look at this.
I'd rather not, thanks.
The dagger is gone. Quick, we've got to find Edward.
Elise pulls Evelyn off stage as the Queen enters. A spotlight is on her as she looks in her mirror and fixes her hair. Enter Edward into the darkness behind the Queen, dagger in hand as he slowly approaches her. He grabs the Queen, holding the dagger to her neck. She drops the mirror.
Hello, Mother. Although I suppose goodbye might be more appropriate.
Mother?
Evelyn sees Edward and screams. She stumbles backward.
Edward, what are you doing?
Edward, visibly upset at their arrival, steps backward, still holding the dagger at Queen's throat.
Elise, what are you doing here?
Edward, stop it. Stop it now.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
Edward, let go of Mother.
Elise, the throne won't empty itself.
What are you talking about?
You know Evelyn's heir to the throne, and an unworthy one at that. It wasn't wrong, Elise. Not really. I was just showing everyone.
What was it wrong?
I killed the Duke's son, Elise. It was the perfect setup. No one ever calls Evelyn a fool to her face, and here he was doing just that. Poor Evelyn just could not take it, and she snapped, killed him in cold blood. I planted the dagger sheath in her room and planned to make it look like she killed Mother too, so everyone would know her for what she is. Everyone would know she's horrible.
Edward, why?
Because I hate you. I hate you, Evelyn. You never should have been the heir anyway. It was my place. But Mother could twist the rules just because she loves you so. This is the perfect way to fix everything. Not only are you pegged as a murderer, charged with treason, you're no longer fit to be on the throne. And with Mother dead, you know where that leaves me.
Edward, how could you? That's sickening.
You've never liked Evelyn, or Mother for that matter, and they've never liked you. I'm getting rid of them. Wouldn't it be wonderful, Elise? Me as king.
Evelyn watches in horror as Elise smiles and slowly approaches Edward. Edward relaxes. Elise's smile disappears suddenly and she shoves him backwards. He and the Queen fall to the ground unharmed. Evelyn screams for the guards, who enter and run to subdue Edward.
Elise, how could you? are you?
No, you didn't. You did this for yourself.
Elise, please, just listen to me.
I think I've done enough of that.
Guards lose hold of Edward as he lunges forward in a rage. His dagger is aimed at Elise, but at the last second, Evelyn jumps in front of her. The dagger goes into Evelyn's arm, which she clutches as she falls to the ground. Guards restrain Edward.
Evelyn! Olive, just get me something to tie up the wound with, quickly.
Elise supplies a handkerchief and ties it around Evelyn's arm. The queen calls for a physician.
You saved my life. I thought you hated me. Hated you? No, Elise, no. No, I was just afraid of messing up, of not being good enough. But look where that mentality gets you.
And he was coming along so well.
I can't keep being perfect for Mother. I don't need to. I don't want to. I've realized that now. So I'm going to be what I'd like.
And what's that, Evelyn?
Your sister.
End of play. Parks of Discord by Lace Hunt, grade 11, Trinity School at Greenlawn. Lights rise on an angry woman at a front desk with her son who is on his phone. Behind the counter is a man and his wife. A girl is peeking out from a door out of the couple's view.
We have nowhere to go.
You can't stay here.
Why not? You're not full. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you can't stay here. This is ridiculous.
Lady, you can't stay, and that's that.
Joseph, watch your temper. Asaya, what are you doing?
Live streaming.
Turn it off while I figure this out, please.
No way, this is gold.
Francine takes his phone and ends the live stream.
Come on, Francine. Who's being ridiculous now?
Sit and stop calling me Francine. I'm your mother.
So I've been told.
Isaiah sits down and notices the girl.
Hey, girl, come here.
She shakes her head. He sneaks over to the door where she is hiding.
Why are you hiding?
Anne and Joseph don't like it when I spy on them.
Anne and Joseph. Oh, the two jerks behind the counter.
A bell is heard off stage.
That's the door. I have to go. Scarlet.
Why wouldn't you let them stay?
We only house Southerners.
But you're not Southerners.
How do you even
Calm,
know?
Joseph. We consider ourselves Southerners now, and we run a bed and breakfast for Southerners only.
But that's not fair. You're turning out people just like you.
All Northerners are thieves. They're nothing like us.
Hey,
What are you doing?
Francine left my phone. But lady, I don't think you should talk to your husband like that.
Are you recording me? Stop that!
How long have you known him?
Since I was 4, I worked for the Harpers.
Turn off that dang phone and get out!
Holy crap, 1,000 viewers. I want to hear more.
You're not hearing more of anything.
Scarlett tackles Isaiah. They both fall and Isaiah's phone hits the floor.
Joseph,
Stuck in the wall is a throwing knife.
you missed.
I won't this time.
Run! Get back here, Joe.
Stupid! Kids!
Joseph slows to a jog, breathing heavily.
And those kids are gonna expose us.
Anne runs after the kid.
Keep running!
Scarlett stops at a painting, moves it, presses a button, and continues running.
Duck!
A small door slides open on the lower half of the wall. Scarlett crawls in, followed by Isaiah.
Get out of there! Give me that phone!
Where are we?
There's about a 3-foot gap between all of the rooms. It's an old method of soundproofing. All the spaces connect, and there are little doors in some walls. Anne and Joseph don't know about the spaces.
Wow, my comments are blowing up.
What?
My live stream. Look.
And those things that keep popping up are comments from people watching now?
Yep,
That's so cool. What's that?
that's the number of people watching.
1,200. That's crazy.
There's something about this weird hick town that has people interested, I guess.
Don't call it a hick town.
Where are we going?
You sure do ask a lot of questions.
It's for the live stream.
We're in a dark spot between the walls. There's no way it can be interesting.
My 1,350 viewers would beg to differ. Besides, I live stream everything. My fans want to know what I'm doing.
You're 15. What fans?
16, and I have fans. You've got a few too.
Scarlett presses a button on the wall. She crawls out the door. Isaiah follows. They stop in front of the door.
This is Oliver's room. Oliver Munch is my best friend. He doesn't like me very much, though. He's been staying here as long as I can remember. He knows everything. He never leaves his room, though. Anne and Joseph love him, but he hates them.
Share my live with your friends. I'm trying to get to 1,500.
What are we at?
We.
I'm your fans.
1,395. Are you gonna knock?
What?
It's me, Scarlett. I need your help.
What? I'm busy.
Hi, Oliver. I haven't seen you in a while.
Those two nut jobs that own the place tried to kill us.
Oliver pulls Scarlett and Isaiah into his room.
Who are you?
My mom and I were told we couldn't save you.
Of course. You're not Southerners. Anne and Joseph don't like people from the north. They're afraid that someone will steal the bed and breakfast from them. Just be careful. They're dangerous.
Do you have Lola?
Who's Lola?
Lola is a doll my parents gave me before Anne and Joseph killed them. I don't have many memories from then, but you don't really forget seeing your parents chop down in front of you. I was hiding underneath the bed. I heard the shots, saw the bodies fall, and blood spread. I saw Lola next to my mom's head. She was about to be soaked in her blood, so I darted out to save her, and Joseph snatched me up by the arm.
Our numbers are going crazy.
Oliver, why did they kill my parents? Please tell me.
Anne and Joseph were tenants about 10 years ago. This bed and breakfast was owned by another couple then. Anne and Joseph liked the place so much that the day they checked out, they came back. They took 2 big machine guns to clear out this place. When all this happened, I was nearly 17. My parents and I were staying here for a few weeks because our house burned down. We were the only 2 spared. Anne and Joseph really took to me around then. They said they always wanted a son. Frankly, I was pretty creeped out by them, but kept me alive. Since then, I've kept to myself. I'm too afraid to leave.
We just broke 1,800. What's wrong?
This is a painful thing to talk about.
I'm so sorry. Do you want me to stop the live?
No, but thank you. That's the first time I've heard you talk about turning off your phone.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to cry on my live. It's a mood killer.
The door bursts open. Joseph runs in with Anne behind him, trying to hold him back. He is holding a chainsaw and shooting a machine gun. Oliver pushes Scarlett and Isaiah out of the way, and a bullet hits him in the chest.
Oliver! Oh no, Oliver! What have you done? I told you to keep calm.
Scarlett and Isaiah run out the door.
Get back here!
Scarlett crawls in the wall, followed by Isaiah. Joseph revs his chainsaw and starts hacking away at the wall. Anne starts shooting at the wall.
Get out of there! You kids almost cost me Oliver!
The wall starts to crumble. Anne grabs Isaiah's collar through a hole in the wall, pulling him back.
Where's the phone?
I dropped it when you started shooting. I thought you were the same one.
I am.
Placing the gun to Isaiah's head.
Until I snap.
Joseph continues to cut out chunks of the wall. He grabs Scarlett's arm through the wall. She struggles free, but he comes back with Lola in hand.
Lola!
You want your stupid doll? Come get it.
Isaiah frees himself from Anne and pushes her to the ground, kicking her gun towards Scarlett. Scarlett and Joseph look at the gun, then at each other. He swings the chainsaw, and Lola gets cut in half.
Lola!
Scarlett snatches up the gun and points it at him.
Put the chainsaw down!
You're not gonna shoot me.
Scarlett fires the gun at him, but it hits the wall behind him.
You missed.
I won't this time.
Isaiah tackles Joseph, and the chainsaw crashes to the ground. Anne tries to run to Scarlett, but is stopped by the wild chainsaw. Joseph and Isaiah start fighting.
Get off of him! Stop! I will shoot you! I'm gonna shoot! 3, 2...
The door to the stairs bursts open. Cops flood the building.
Freeze! Drop it!
Scarlett drops the gun. 2 officers grab Anne. 3 more stop the fight. Another stops the chainsaw.
Oliver! He's hurt!
He's in an ambulance.
Thank you. Isaiah.
I'm fine. Are you?
Yeah.
My
Isaiah
mom.
holds out 2 halves of Lola.
My mom is a seamstress. I'm sure she can fix it.
Thank you.
Why? For what?
For saving my life.
You saved mine first.
For calling the cops.
He didn't call us. My daughter did. She showed me your live, on your phone. Once shots were fired, I called the station and told them to get here now.
Our fans saved us. Wait, but how did they see it if you lost your phone?
I didn't. I have one of those cases that sticks to walls. My phone is on the wall in the hallway. I got everything.
You're a genius.
I know.
Isaiah!
Francine, chill. We've got 200,000 people watching here.
Wait, 200,000?
We did it!
Scarlett,
Yeah, sure. Is it Oliver?
he'll be fine, but I think you have to look at this.
Sharon hands her papers. Scarlett unrolls it and reads them.
Come on, Isaiah. We have to find another place to stay.
No, you don't.
What are you talking about? What are those papers?
One of them is the deed to the bread and breakfast. The other is a will. My parents left me everything. They used to own this place. I can't believe it. Why didn't Oliver tell me?
Mom, you have to fix Lola.
You called me Mom? This must be important. Okay, I'll get my kid.
So, how do you feel?
I feel content. Anne and Joseph are gone. Oliver's going to be fine. And I now own the legacy of my parents. I've never felt better. And I have fans.
You have a family too? I think you should come live with us.
No, you guys come live with me. For as long as you like.
Down here? In Texas?
Yes.
We'd love to.
End of play. Every Step of the Way by Jack Murray, Grade 8, Montessori Academy at Edison Links. Scene 1. Writing in notebook.
Day 1. It wouldn't make sense if I didn't explain, so I will. I got a chance to go explore caves. We stay in the caves and we look for valuables. It's kind of like river diving, where you look for cool things that people may have dropped. But if you find the type of ore you want, you'll have to talk to Harvey, our leader, to get it out. He'll use a pick to get it out for you. The group that I explore with is actually kind of cool. I met this guy named Mark. He's the best person of the two here. The choices were either him or Darius, a guy that doesn't know the difference between the hundreds or the thousands place.
Harvey says it's time to move deeper into the cave. What are you writing about anyways?
I'm writing about the experiences we're having as we go through this cave. Do you know what's down deeper?
My best guess? Rocks.
Good guess.
The group heads down the cave into what looks like a pool of water.
I was never told we needed bathing suits. We aren't going near that, right?
Yeah, just look at it.
Hey Darius, I'll give you $1 to jump in.
Dude, I definitely won't do this for $1.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Guys, no one is jumping into this. When I was younger, my father used to bring me here, and we would sit by this and never disturb this pond. I wanted to share this experience with you. This pond would always bring peace to me and my father.
Cannonball!
Darius jumps into the pond and splashes everyone, causing a big disturbance.
I guess having a dumb one in your group has its perks.
Or not. Well, Darius, I don't have a way for you to dry off besides building a fire somewhere else. I think I have a place where we can set up. Now, you guys should get used to the habit of sleeping at any time of the day or night, because when you're not occupied down here, you usually just sleep. It's been a long day of hiking, so we will stop here.
Everyone but Joseph sets up their sleeping gear and goes to sleep. Joseph starts writing in his journal in the dark.
Day 1.5. How does one prepare for a day without mistakes? Well, he packs his previous mistakes with him and uses them when needed. But how does he do it in a new environment, new people, and new equipment? Well, the first day it's impossible to do that. You start with a blank piece of paper, to a paragraph, to an essay, to a book. And soon that book, with that knowledge, will become someone else's greatest ally.
Joseph fell asleep writing, with the journal and pencil still in his hands. When Harvey woke up, he looked at what Joseph wrote and was happy to know that someone was going to remember their experiences here, every step of the way. Scene 2. Harvey blows air horn.
All right, everyone, up! Today is the first day you guys go out on your own and explore. I will give you time to pack up so that you can get ready and head on your way. Oh, and also, there are multiple paths you can choose from. They are marked to show which one goes which way.
Everyone packs up their stuff. 2 go into one pathway while 2 choose another.
How did I end up going with you? I asked for Mark.
That is one of those things you should say in your head.
Well, I bet we find some cool things anyway. What do you think's ahead?
Probably rocks.
Something other than rocks.
Water.
Not talking to you again.
You really need to learn to say things in your head.
Their conversation went nowhere, so I'll save you the time. They talked and talked until they came upon a large pond of some sort. It had coins in it, like how you would wish for something at a fountain.
These coins seem really old. 1867 is when this coin was made. This cave must have been a mine, and I bet someone forgot their lunch money too. I'm going to keep this coin. I like it.
Joseph looks to his right to see Darius with enlarged pockets that are soaking wet.
You should leave some for others that might come after.
Less coins means less gumballs. I ain't leaving them.
I guess you do have a point. But I'm just going to take one.
Suit yourself.
They moved on from the pond and stopped at a wall, which had a sign pointing to the left or right. But the sign wasn't what caught Darius's eye.
Who would have thought they had a gumball machine all the way down here?
Listen, I see you're going to take a while doing that, considering the hundreds of coins you have in those pockets of yours. So I'll be on the path to the left if you need me.
Yeah,
Darius's face was full of gumballs.
yeah, okay.
Joseph headed to the right instead, thinking Darius wouldn't notice, so he could have some alone time. Joseph pulled out his journal and started writing.
Day, what is it? 2? Yeah. This is very cool to look at, but I thought I would find more interesting things. So far I just found a coin. A very old one though. But I didn't come on this trip just to find valuables. I came here to see the things that you normally don't get to see in life. I'd love to see a beautiful waterfall. I've only seen them in pictures.
Not only do you need to know how to keep things in your head, but you've got your left and rights all mixed up.
The 2 continued on to the right path and found just what Joseph had asked for.
Wow! This is so cool! The water looks like it's glowing down here. I can kind of see some light, so it kind of ruins the fun. But isn't this cool?
Yeah, I guess.
You like video games, right?
Yeah, they are pretty much my life.
That would explain why you don't show much appreciation for nature. You've got me curious why you came here, though. May I ask?
Video games is pretty much all I do in life. My parents signed me up for this. They wanted to get me outside.
They have a point. I mean, look, the water flowing all the way down here in this cave, I don't even know how far down here we are. But that's the thrill of it. As well as taking the time to realize you're inside the earth. You're lucky to have this opportunity to do this. Be grateful.
I guess you're right.
I mean, this was something offered to certain people. Someone else might have really wanted to do this, but they didn't get the opportunity. Now, I know you want to get out of here. I could sense that the first day we met. But can you please at least pretend that you like it? For me.
Sure.
Thank you so much. I think you might realize that this is actually kind of fun.
Darius and Joseph sat down on the edge of a small cliff next to the waterfall. They took some time to relax.
I bet it's hard.
What do you mean?
I mean, I bet it's hard being separated from something you love and care about. That happened to me too, but in a different way.
What do you mean?
Well, there was this girl I liked. We hung out pretty often, did things that friends would do. I wanted to ask her out, but then she moved. The worst part was, she texted me from the airport.
You didn't have to do that.
What?
You didn't have to tell me. That was pretty personal for you to say that.
The ground shakes slightly.
Did someone have Taco Bell on an upset stomach?
Maybe.
The 2 turn around to head back.
I'd love some Taco Bell right now. There's nothing down here but rocks blocking our path back.
So you mean we're stuck here?
You could put it that way, yeah.
How do we get out?
Well, we both have picks for a reason.
Oh, we were supposed to grab those?
Yes! Well, we have one pick and two people. Do you think we can get through to the other side? Darius.
Darius is in the corner weeping quietly. Joseph decides to leave him be. Joseph starts working at the rocks to try to get through, but nothing is working. An hour passes.
Darius, I need your help, dude. If you dig with me, we might be able to get out.
Darius gets up without saying anything. His eyes are completely red from the tears he had shed.
Now, I need you to grab my back and pull as hard as you can, okay?
Okay.
It took them another 30 minutes, but they were able to pull out enough rocks to create enough space to crawl through.
Nice job. See? We got through. Nothing to worry about.
The two walked back to where they all were at the start. Harvey and Mark were worried that the collapse could have been more serious than it was. They were halfway through the path that Darius and Joseph had taken before they met. But in the end, it was all right. Sadly, that was the end of the trip. It was no longer considered safe to stay in the cave. After that, Joseph grew fond of Darius. He realized he wasn't just a kid with no direction, but pretty resilient and resourceful. And he showed real caring when Joseph was scared. He realized that you never really know someone or yourself until you're tested. And then it's nice to know someone has your back every step of the way. End of play. Why Me? By Charlotte Borland, Grade 7, Montessori Academy at Edison Lake. Scene 1. Anxiety walks into Sam's room.
Told you not to come back.
Well, you don't have control over me, so
Just go away. I have a really important test coming up and you don't need to be here for it.
well, if this is so important, I probably should be here for it.
Fine. You can stay, even though I don't have much over you, but don't act up. Do you hear me?
I suppose.
Scene 2. Day before the big test. Same place, but 11 a.m. Sam wakes up and starts to study. Anxiety decides to come visit.
Okay, so the definition of plasma is the liquid part of your blood. The definition of a hemoglobin is a protein that picks up oxygen in the lungs and delivers it to the peripheral tissues. Oh, I told you not to act up. What is wrong with you?
Like I said, I get to choose when I come, and now seems like a fantastic time to visit.
No, I can't handle this right now, so just please go away.
Ah, well, you realize we were born together like twins almost, but not connected. But I get to run our lives, so I'm like the older twin. But like in our heads, because, you know, I'm not human. I'm blabbering. Anyway, I'm staying, and that's the end of it.
Please, I'm begging you. I need to pass this, or else I won't be able to get into college, and then I won't be able to get a job and a family, and I'll probably, most likely, end up homeless for all I know.
That is probably correct, so good luck.
I absolutely hate you.
Love you too.
That night in Samantha's bedroom. Samantha tosses and turns in her sleep. She's having a horrible dream that she is not going to pass the test. The fear overwhelms her, and she wakes up completely out of breath with a fast heartbeat.
Oh, gee. Why? I'm never going to pass this test. Why do you have to be here? Just please go.
I'm sorry, I couldn't sleep tonight. Tonight has been crazy fun. We went on a roller coaster, and OMG, it was fun, but scary. You're anxious now, aren't you? You honestly will not pass this test. I mean, think about it. You haven't been able to get a good night's sleep because of me. You haven't been able to get a good study session in because of me. And you have been spending all your time talking to me because of me.
Well, thanks a lot. You know how hard this test is going to be, and now you're just making it worse. I can't control you, yet I know you aren't real. Why are you doing this to me? I should probably try and study just to be sure that I get a grade above 50%, because if I get below that, I will fail, and then I would not be able to get into college, and then I'll become homeless, and then... You know what? I just need to go to sleep and get some rest.
Samantha can't sleep throughout the night. She continuously tosses and turns and is wide awake at
I'm just supposed to be here.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Just leave.
At lunch.
Hey, I met a new girl at lunch today. She was visiting our school, and I was paired with her to show her around.
Did you even talk to her? We all know you're super shy. So please tell me you at least talked to her.
Yes, I talked to her, and she's actually pretty cool and really nice.
Okay, well, at least that's a step. Now, did you happen to get her name?
Yeah, her name is Confidence. She said that she had just moved here and said that she's probably staying through high school.
OMG, she's literally my worst enemy. I hate her so much.
Well, she seems really cool and is also taking the quiz today, so we studied a bit together.
After the test.
And that was so easy!
See, I told you I'm supposed to be here.
I still have no idea what you're talking about. I'm actually really glad that I studied so frantically because without all that studying, that test would have been much harder. Wait, are you what helps me pass these tests?
See, I told you.
You are what helps me get A's.
Mhm.
Okay, that's great, but you still cause me a lot of stress.
I know we can work something out, like a compromise. What I can do and what you can do.
Agreed. But I have to be able to talk to Confidence. She is really nice, and she told me she would help me with you. You still can visit every once in a while, just to keep me on my toes.
Okay, that sounds good. But right now, I'm going to get some ice cream because all that studying has made me really tired.
Well, okay, whatever sounds good.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Confidence and Sam became really good friends. Anxiety was rarely visiting, and Sam was able to pay more attention in class, and her grades went up. Sam joined the math club and was at the top of her class. She started to talk to more people and started to make more friends. She was becoming more social and more sure of herself, and much happier. End of play. Undocumented in America by Owner Tober, grade 8, Montessori Academy at Edison Lakes. Scene 1. Gerald goes to Union Square almost every day and sets up his table. He sat there all day with his chess set, waiting for someone to come and play with him, until one day,
Anyone? Anyone! Come play, come play! Yeah, you, come play!
a man comes over to Gerald.
Hello, sir. Wanna play?
Sure.
What's your name?
Ryan, and you?
Mine's Gerald. Nice to meet you, Ryan. Let's get started. Do you want the black pieces or the white pieces?
Whichever.
So the big question is, how much are we putting on this?
32?
How about 38?
Sure.
They begin playing.
How long have you been playing?
Years. I live in Queens.
How do you get the time to do this all day?
I dropped out of high school, really hated school, just decided to play chess out here. It's actually pretty nice to get to watch all different kinds of people walk around, and I just love it here. New York's a great place.
That's nice. I came for vacation from Virginia.
Nice. What do you do there?
Oh, I'm in college. University of Virginia.
They continue playing and Gerald ends up winning.
Let's go. Pay up, big boy.
Damn it, here you go. You're good, I'll admit it.
Gerald takes a sip of his coffee and someone approaches him.
Hello, sir. Do you have extra dollars? I am undocumented immigrant and need sanctuary.
Yeah, sure.
Gerald gives him $4.
Thank you, sir. That will help. I don't have family and need place to stay.
Well, I'm sorry, but you can't stay at my place. I can barely afford to keep myself there. Sorry, man.
But,
Stay safe.
but,
Anyone, come play chess. Come play chess.
James crosses the street and continues holding up a sign that asks for money. Scene 2. Gerald plays a few more rounds of chess with people and then goes home to his wife, who works at the local homeless shelter.
I'm home.
Hey, welcome home. How was it today?
Not bad. Met some interesting people.
That's nice. Work today was good. There were so many undocumented folks coming to the center this week. I feel really bad for them. I mean, they must be so scared. They're basically being hunted.
Well, in the end, it is the law.
Gerald was thinking about the undocumented people he's seen he and his wife should allow one of them to spend the night at their house, but he did not think his wife would approve. Scene 3. Gerald wakes up the next day and goes back to his regular spot. He was thinking all day about bringing an undocumented person into their house and to stay with them temporarily. He thought that if he was in that position, then he would want a safe place to stay too. Gerald's friend then comes over to him.
Gerald, what's happening? You aren't playing the same.
I can't get my mind off all the undocumented and homeless people that don't have a place to stay.
Yeah.
A man walks over to Gerald and begins to play chess with him.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey man, what do you think of President Trump's plan to deport all undocumented people?
they're criminals. They shouldn't be here. We already have enough problems, and now we have them. What do you think?
I mean, think of yourself in that situation. What would you do?
I mean, I would of course want somewhere to stay, but why not?
See what I mean?
The only thing he's doing is enforcing the law. Nothing wrong with it.
Gerald leaves and goes home right away.
Wow, you were early.
Honey, let's take in an undocumented person in for sanctuary to stay with us for a while. The deportations have increased in the past few weeks, and there's more to come. They're part of America. Didn't you tell me that ICE has already been to the homeless center and asked everyone there for their documents? They aren't safe at the center either. Where are they gonna go?
Okay, look, just because I work there does not mean I would take one of them into my house and keep them here. That's their problem. Just saying.
But
Quiet.
Gerald was disappointed in Tina. He didn't think she would be against taking someone in. 3 days later.
Deportations have risen in the last few weeks as the president signed an executive order saying that all illegals will be gone within months.
Tina, did you hear that? I'm telling you, come on, please reconsider.
I'll think about it.
Gerald went back to Union Square to continue doing what he loved most, playing chess.
Hey, Gerald, how's life?
Trying to convince my wife to take in an undocumented immigrant for sanctuary due to the recent deportation.
What are you, crazy?
Look, if you were undocumented and you needed somewhere safe to stay, wouldn't you hope someone would step up?
Well, I mean, come on, seriously? They are illegal. It's in the name.
I can't believe you. We've been friends all these years. I thought you had more compassion. Someone has to be giving these folks work, or why would they come? Why isn't the government going after those businesses, those farms? Come on, help me convince my wife.
Good luck.
Gerald couldn't get his mind off all the people that are in America without papers. Immigrants built this country. It is what America is all about. He then decided to give it another chance. Gerald comes home to his wife.
Did you think about it?
I did.
And?
I think you're right. I've seen so many people at the shelter who are there through no real fault of their own. And I know that people who come here illegally must have it pretty bad, or why would they ever leave? If America was good enough to accept my ancestors, I guess I should be welcoming too. So yes, let's do it.
Gerald was very happy with his wife's decision, and they took in a mom, a dad, and their little girl Maria to live with them. Maria started a chess club at her school, and Gerald was the coach. End of play. A Merry Chase by Teresa Cotkamp, grade 9, Trinity School at Greenlawn. Joanna, a woman about 27 years old, types on her computer at a reception desk in an office space filled with people working on computers. A door sits next to the reception desk, leading to a separate office. The phone rings. Joanna picks up while still typing.
Mr. Walsh's office, how may I? Oh, I put it in the file. No, the orange one. All right, I'll come find it for you.
Joanna stands and hangs up the phone. She enters an office with a man, Jonathan Walsh, sitting behind a desk and shuffling through a pile of folders. He grabs an orange one and frantically flips through it.
See, it's not in there, Joanna. It's not in any of these.
Let me look, sir.
Have you found it?
No, I have not.
I need the contract back by 2:30, Joanna.
I'm sure it's around here somewhere.
I did not ask you where it may be. I'm telling you when I need it. I have a meeting with several key investors who specifically asked for this deal on paper. Sign it on. If I get their investments, we can expand threefold. The firm needs this, Joanna. I need this. I I essentially trust you with the day-to-day going-ons of my company, and you've lost the contract.
I'm sorry, Mr. Walsh. I'll find it, I swear.
I don't have it by 2:30. You're fired.
What?
You heard me.
I've never lost anything before. I stay late, come early, I come in on weekends.
I need the contract, Joanna. I don't know what to tell you.
I have until 2:30, right?
I suppose so, yeah.
I'll find it.
I certainly hope so.
He storms into the outer office and says to his employees at their desks.
Look for the investor's contract. That is the top priority.
Walsh exits the stage. As his employees and Joanna search the office to frantic music, which plays during every set change, a clock reading 10 o'clock is brought on stage and slowly moves to 12:15. Joanna paces and throws aside folders, creating a papery mess before falling to her knees beside the desk. The employees trickle back to their seats, the clock exits, music fades away, Joanna walks in front of the desk, pulls out a cell phone, and dials.
Riley, I need you. Can you come to my office? Yes, now please. I'll explain when you get here. Please hurry.
Joanna hangs up the phone, thinks for a moment, then dials again. After a second or two, we hear a voice, Nate Quigley, from the phone.
Hi, this is Nate Quimbley. Go ahead and leave a message. If I haven't responded within a day, it probably means I've been kidnapped. That or I'm very busy. I'll call you back as soon as I can. Have a great day.
Phone beeps. As Joanna leaves a message, a woman her age, Riley, enters the office space, bumping into the clock as it exits. She drops her purse in the collision and stuffs fallen items, including a folder, into her purse, then hurries to the door of Walsh's office.
Hey, Nate, this is Joanna. I'm so sorry, but I have to miss our lunch date. There's an emergency at work. I promise I'll call as soon as I can to reschedule. I'm sorry. Have a coffee on me. Bye.
She hangs up and sighs. Immediately, there's a knock on the door of the office. Joanna nearly trips over the mess of files as she heads to the door and opens it.
Riley! Oh, thank you so much.
Joanna pulls her inside the office, shutting the door behind her.
What's the emergency? Are you dying? I ran here in heels, you know. Oh my. What?
I filed a contract that is apparently critical to the well-being of the firm, and now it's missing. I don't know what happened. I put it in the orange folder.
Okay. Calm down.
Setting her purse, which accompanies her throughout the entire play, down on a chair.
Okay, so where could it be? Don't you have it saved somewhere?
I don't know. And no, it's not saved on any electronics. It's a signed and notarized endorsement from some hotshot businessman. I don't understand. I always put everything in its proper place.
Okay, calm down. Breathe. When did you file it?
Tuesday.
2 days ago. All right, so what did you do after you filed it?
Led a seminar on workplace ethics, closed the office, went home, fell asleep.
When did you get home?
Actually, kind of early, about 8:45.
Not even going to comment. Let's go to your apartment, huh? Maybe you brought it home.
I doubt it, but we should check.
They exit. The clock enters again. It reads 12:20 and moves to 12:45 as the scene changes to Joanna's apartment with only a bed covered in books and a crowded desk. Riley and Joanna enter, jogging.
Never wearing heels again. Why didn't we take the elevator?
Too slow. It's only 4 floors up anyhow.
Only? You're impossible. All right, where do we start?
I only put my work stuff here, so I guess the contract would have to be here on my desk if it's here at all.
So, Joanna, what's riding on this deal?
Well, my job, for one, and apparently if some investors are pleased, the firm can expand to a crazy amount.
Aren't you guys already the biggest law firm around?
Yes, but that's only the most recent of Mr. Walsh's aspirations. Men like him are rarely satisfied.
Speaking of Walsh, why do you keep working for him?
I'm paid well, it gives me great experience, and Mr. Wall is sure to write a good recommendation.
But he overworks you, and he's ready to fire you for one mistake. Besides, you're almost done with law school, yeah? Then you can start your own firm.
It'll take a lot more than a degree to start a firm, Riley. All right, it's not here.
Okay. Where did you go when you woke up on Wednesday?
I got coffee and went to work.
Then let's hit the coffee shop.
They exit. Clock moves from 12:35 to 12:45. The bedroom changes to a small cafe.
All right. Do you see any pages labeled job-saving contracts?
Surprisingly enough, no.
All right. I'm going to ask around.
Joanna moves around various chairs and tables and crawls across them. A young man, about Joanna's age, Nate Quimbley, enters and stops abruptly when he sees her a table.
Joanna?
Standing quickly, hitting her head on the table.
Nate! What are you doing here?
I thought we had a date.
Oh, didn't you get my message?
Oh, no, I haven't really checked. What did it say?
Well, I didn't think I would be able to make it to lunch today. Emergency at work. I also offered to bribe you into forgiving me with a cup of coffee.
Smart move with the coffee bribe. What are you doing here then?
Trying to track down a runaway contract, actually. Apparently, it's crucial to the firm's well-being, so here I am, but no contract.
No one's seen any mislaid papers. We've got to go.
Riley, this is Nate.
Oh, the Nate, huh? I've heard a lot about you.
All good things, I hope.
That's what I've heard. I tend to distrust word of mouth.
All right. I went to the bank too. Shall we head out?
Let's.
You up for a roaming coffee date?
As long as you're okay without coffee.
Onward then.
The clock reads 1:15 and turns to 1:45 as the cafe goers leave and a professionally dressed woman, Anne Lansing, enters the bank, looking through her purse. The clock moves from 1:45 to 2 o'clock as the scene progresses.
Why did you choose the farthest bank possible? The firm's choice, not mine.
What do I do?
You can watch the birds. Come on, Joanna.
Riley hurries toward the bank. But Joanna looks at Nate.
Watch the birds, Nate. Be the birds.
Suddenly, Anne rushes out of the bank, crashing into the girls, sending the contents of both Riley and Anne's purses everywhere. Joanna helps the woman gathering the papers and keys.
Take Nate with you. I'll be in soon. Ask to see the Walsh firm's usual office.
Fine. Come on, Quilly.
It's Quimbley, actually.
Nate sheepishly walks towards the bank, enters ahead of Riley.
I don't like him.
You don't like any of my dates.
Riley enters the bank while Joanna continues to help Anne.
Thank you, miss.
Oh, it's no trouble.
I overheard you're part of the firm.
Yes, I'm the secretary for Jonathan Walsh's main office.
I see. Is that what you aspire to be?
Well,
It's just that you don't strike me as a secretary. More like a leader.
oh, thanks. I'm actually earning my own law degree. My hope is to someday have my own firm.
That makes sense. You do well.
What makes you say that?
Joanna looks down at the paper in her hand. She gasps and stands suddenly.
Are you alright?
I found it! In Riley's purse! Yes, I'm more than all right.
She shoves Riley's stuff in her purse, the folder in hand. She opens the bank door and calls for Riley and Nate to come quickly.
You found it? Yes! In your purse. It must have slid in when you came to the office.
Oh, I am so sorry.
We have to go. Run! Run! Thank you, ma'am.
Curse these shoes!
Anne waits. She looks after them thoughtfully before exiting. The clock moves to 2:25 as the stage is set for Joanna and Walsh's office. There are several people sitting along his desk, including Anne, making it look more like a conference table. Walsh is silently talking and gesturing to Riley, Joanna, and Nate. Run into the office space, Joanna still gripping the folder.
Thank you, guys. Really, I'll be back in a second.
Joanna walks toward Walsh's office, takes a deep breath in front of the door, and steps inside. Riley and Nate try to look through the keyhole into Walsh's office. Riley shoves Nate out of the way, but Nate only bounces around Riley, trying to somehow see into the office.
And we're on track to really boom this year. Joanna. Took you long enough.
He reaches for the folder with the smallest glance toward Joanna. She is about to hand it to him when she sees Anne, who waves and smiles. Joanna pauses, then hands the folder to Walsh.
Mr. Walsh, I'd like to give you my 2 weeks' notice.
Joanna, it's not 2:30.
Yes, sir, I'd like to offer it all the same. Enjoy your meeting. Ma'am.
Joanna exits the office, sending Riley and Nate scrambling. Riley points accusingly at Nate, who gestures his disbelief. They quibble for a moment before focusing on Joanna's conversation. Walsh and Anne follow Joanna out of the office.
This is ridiculous.
No, sir, it's not. I'm nearly done with law school. I can find a job with a firm that respects me. I could even start my own.
You can't start your own firm. Think about what you're doing, Joanna. You'll be jobless.
No, she won't. I'd like to offer you a job.
What?
This is just...
I'm Anne Lansing, and I own the second largest firm in the area.
This is not happening.
I'm afraid it is happening, Jonathan. Go run your meeting.
Walsh pauses, then storms back into office where he sits fuming.
I'm glad you're on one.
Why did you offer me a job just out of the blue?
You're gonna do something great, Joanna. Trust me.
Joanna, your date is being obnoxiously happy for you. Can I kick him?
End of play. Twin Ego by Corin Chapman, grade 10, Trinity School at Greenlawn. The scene starts in a crowded room with a bunk bed in the corner. A door leading to his bathroom sits nearby. Pictures of different bands are plastered on the walls. Two boys are sitting on the ground, talking and drinking.
Can't believe she broke up with me, Carter.
I really wonder why.
I mean, look at me. I'm amazing. I'm wonderful. I'm the hottest guy around.
Maybe that's why she broke up with you.
Because I'm hot.
No, Damien, not because you're hot. I think it's because you're a bit of a narcissistic jerk.
You really think so?
Before Carter can respond, a girl who looks similar to Damien rushes into the room carrying a nice-looking dress. She's stressed and glances at the two with disdain.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Carter. What are you and my brother doing?
Drinking our troubles away?
Really? Did you take those beers from Dad?
Where else?
But why are you drinking now? Aren't you going to prom?
Nope. Elizabeth broke up with me.
Oh, so she's smarter than she looked. What about you, Carter?
I'm just socially inept.
So you're choosing to spend the night with this idiot instead?
Yep, and this idiot is your twin, right?
Yes, unfortunately. Whatever, you two can sit here and mope. I have a date coming in 10 minutes and need to get ready.
Jane walks into the bathroom, shutting the door behind her. Damien slowly picks himself up, staring after her in contempt.
I can't believe it. How did a girl like Jane get a date and yet a handsome man like me didn't? It's unbelievable.
Weren't you telling me a few days ago you wanted to learn how to be humble?
Damien approaches the dress slowly. He's obviously a bit drunk.
Yeah, I guess I did, and I do know that I should be more humble, really, but how can I lie? I'm most certainly the most handsome boy at our school, Carter. It's a shame for me to be home on a prom night.
Whatever you say, bud.
I mean, really though, how can this be happening to me?
Damien trips on a shoe lying on the floor, his bottle flying out of his hands. Beer spreads all over the dress. Carter stares in surprise while Damien picks himself up, slowly realizing what he had just done.
Dude, Jane's gonna kill you.
No, she won't get mad. I mean, she couldn't get mad at someone as perfect as me, right?
Really? You think she can't get mad at you?
The bathroom door opens up and Jane rushes out, sees the dress, and stops, her face pale. She slowly turns to Damien, becoming angrier by the second.
So, did you need that?
I am going to kill you. Right now.
Hey, Jane, calm down a bit.
You're asking me to calm down?
Well, could you get another dress?
No, I can't. That dress cost 2 weeks of babysitting. It's the only one we have. Now this idiot comes in and spills a bunch of beer on it?
I am not an idiot.
You really don't want to be talking right now, Damien.
I'll talk when I want, Jane. I'm tired of you treating me like I'm inferior to you, like I'm somehow lesser than you.
Jane takes his shoe off the ground and chucks it at Damien. Damien just dodges before laughing in triumph, while Jane chucks another shoe at him, which hits him square in the face.
That actually hurt.
Good.
Guys, should we just sit down and work this out?
Shut up, Carter. You've just ruined my dress and effectively my entire night. So you're gonna figure out how to fix this, or I will kill you right now.
Damien paces warily behind Jane in an attempt to escape her glaring gaze, but she follows him with her eyes.
You can't actually kill me, Jane.
No, but I can make your life much harder. A lot harder, actually.
How so?
Well, whose homework are you going to copy now?
I can get it from someone else.
I will make sure no one in our grade will ever give you homework again, you know. I can be persuasive when I want.
I think I'm going to leave, guys. I don't want any part in your sibling antics. You tug yourself into this whole thing.
You cannot leave me here with her alone, please.
Fine, I'll stay.
Thank you.
That's nice and all, Damien, but I don't think I hear you coming up with a solution.
Jane, I don't know what you want me to do. It's not like we can just go out and get a dress.
Couldn't we? We could go out, get a dress, and then you could go late.
Where are you going to get the money from?
Well, Damien, couldn't you ask your dad?
You think her dad has enough money? He spent all his paycheck on the beers you guys just drank.
What about your guys' uncle? He buys the two of you all your food, right? Could you ask him to go out and get you a dress?
Uncle Roger does buy us all of our food. Spends more money on the two of us than he does on his own family. We cannot ask him to buy a dress.
The idiot is right. We can't ask him.
Are you guys sure? I've met him once. He seemed like a really nice guy. I'm sure he'd help you guys out.
Shh, Carter, shut it.
I don't get it, guys. Isn't your uncle a defense attorney? He's got to have plenty of money. Why won't you guys just ask him? Doesn't he only live a few minutes from here?
Carter, do you know how embarrassing it is to live under the care of a drunkard? Our dad used to work as an attorney too, you know. He used to be good. He used to care about me and Jane. He used to take care of us. But now he just sits at home drinking all day. The checks he gets from his job, all spent on alcohol and the occasional fever trip. For years, Roger supported us. We're his burden, all because of our dad. I hate it. I will not sit around and let Roger fish us out of every bad situation we get into. We're already owe Roger too much. I'm sure you feel the same.
I would rather miss prom than ask Roger for the dress.
Well then, I don't know what else to do. Do you have any other dress?
No! I barely have enough of my own clothes. Seriously, I have to wash a new load of laundry almost every day. That was the only dress I had, and we don't have any
Did you think of something?
mom's clothes. She had at least a few dresses, and I bet you that all of them fit me.
She begins to walk through the door, but Damien blocks the passage.
No.
Damien, get out of the way.
I said no, Jane!
Damien, do not make me kill you. Just get out of the way.
You are not wearing one of Mom's dresses.
What? Are you okay?
You are not wearing your clothes. You will not enter her room.
Damien, seriously? This again? It's been 8 years since she died.
You will not enter her room!
Jane and Carter stare at Damien in silence for a few moments. Damien takes in a deep breath, sighs, and walks out of the doorway, sitting down on his bed.
Damien, I'm sorry.
Still remember it like it was yesterday, Jane. We were swimming like normal, and then she just went under. I just don't get it. She was such a good swimmer. Be proud of yourself. She'd like to say that a lot. I always try to follow her advice, you know.
I know, Damien, but did you ever think that you took her advice to the extreme? Look, Damien, I get it. She was my mom too, but the way you act about her is ridiculous. For the past 8 years, you haven't let anyone in her room. You refuse to go in yourself, you refuse to talk about her, you refuse to remember her, and you refuse to move on. It's ridiculous, and it helps no one. I'm going to get myself a dress from her room, and then I will be leaving. And you need to get yourself together, Damien. You complain about Dad, but you're just the same as him. You're both refusing to move on. You're both stuck in the past. I dealt with my grief a long time ago. I suggest you do the same.
You all right?
Yeah. Do you think I took it to the extreme?
What?
Be proud of yourself. Do you think I took it to the extreme?
Yeah, Damien. I think you took it to the extreme a long time ago.
Damien gets up, pacing around the room for a few moments, then, in a fit of frustration, punches the wall hard. He stares at his knuckles for a moment before chuckling bitterly.
That actually hurt.
He looks at his hands shaking. Carter stays silent on the bed, watching him. Damien walks over to a mirror, staring at himself. He realizes his clothes are disheveled and his hair is a mess.
Carter, how long have I looked like this?
You started messing with your clothes when we started drinking. You've looked like that the whole time we've been here.
One girl says she doesn't like me anymore and I end up like this. Then Jane tries to enter my mom's room and I lose it. Not so perfect now, am I?
I found a dress, and I'm leaving. Make sure to lock up if Dad doesn't get home by 10.
A door slams shut.
What do you want to do now, Damien?
Damien stares at a beer bottle on the floor. He slowly picks it up, rotating it in his hands, examining it.
I'm going to get over my grief, I think. At least I'll try.
End of play. Pears Are Better Than Apples by Julia Schwartz, grade 8, Montessori Academy at Edison Lakes. Rebecca is as single as one pant. She has tried everything she could possibly think of, from Tinder all the way to farmersonly.com. On Tinder, all she got were left swipes. On Match.com, she was looking for an apple, but all she could find were pears. City folks like her just don't get it. One day, when coming home from her tiring job being a professional millennial, she walks past her favorite restaurant, Starbucks, and she sees an ad for speed dating. Knowing that if she can't get some form of human specimen from here to date her, she will get a call from Merriam-Webster asking her to be the picture under the word hopeless, she walks in.
Hello, I'm Jerry, and I'll be your announcer, and welcome to today's speed dating round. If I could ask everyone to please take a seat. Once I ding the bell, the guys will all move down a seat. I will ding the bell once your interactions start to make me physically cringe. Any questions?
Did you happen to meet someone special this way?
No, I met my wife through mutual friends, like a person with a normal social life. Ding.
Hi, I'm Rebecca.
Hello, I am Dmitri. I come to this country to escape Russian goat. Goat has chased me for 6 years. It thinks I'm its mother. Every day I wake up to bah! One day, when walking past the Russian parliament...
I'm sorry, but is any of this true?
In Russia, my story is called childhood. Anyway, when walking past the Russian parliament, I sneak in when Vladimir is busy organizing Russia's version of Who Wants to Be Millionaire. It is called Who Wants to Eat Today. So, then I go into bomb room.
A what room?
A bomb room. Vladimir's bedroom, except filled with bombs. So I got Britney. Britney is gold. I named her after the biggest song in Russia right now, Toxic. We weren't sure if it was meant to be a public health warning about drinking water because we did see a three-eyed fish during...
Hold up, that song came out like 15 years ago, by the way.
Everything in Russia seems to take 15 years longer than the rest of the world. But can I finish story? You are starting to act like Britney. So, I tried to strap goat onto one of those nuclear bombs Kim Jong-un got Vladimir for birthday. On the bomb, it had a sticky note that read, America. I'm not sure why. So, then Vladimir catches me and takes Britney. But instead of throwing me in jail, he puts me on Spirit Airlines for an all-expense paid trip to Mar-a-Lago. Just my luck, I get on plane and next to me is seated Britney the goat. So, Britney and I are fighting over armrest when we hear familiar voice. We look up and the Cash Me Outside girl was fighting another passenger. Once I get off, I think, Dmitri, you are turning into father.
Ding, ding, ding! Rebecca was checking her phone to see if Merriam-Webster left a message yet. New guy sits down. After Dmitri, anyone could get better than him. This guy seemed decent, but he looked like he professionally pickles foods that aren't cucumbers.
Hey, I'm Rebecca. I work for Snapchat. My job is to take a selfie when they create a new filter. I then post it and see how many likes it gets. If I get enough likes, we use it. It's a very strategic process.
Hey, I'm Max. I make my living professionally by pickling foods that aren't cucumbers.
Cool, I guess.
They sit in silence for a good few minutes.
So, what's your stance on global warming?
Personally, I believe the futility that is the internal combustion engine is really exacerbating the enclave we know as planet Earth.
I totally agree.
Rebecca didn't know if he was speaking English.
Are you originally from here?
Yeah, if only we could...
Max looks at his phone.
Yeah, boys, she swiped right for me too!
Matt rushes out of there.
See you on The Bachelor!
See you on Catfish!
At this point, Rebecca didn't think having 12 cats would be so bad.
Ding!
The next man enters. He is very old and uses a cane.
Hi. My name is Rebecca.
Eh?
Hi. My name is Rebecca.
Eh?
Turn up your hearing aids!
I want prunes!
If you turned up your hearing aids, I could answer you!
I can hear.
Ulysses gets up, does a somersault, and walks away. Rebecca realizes Ulysses pulled a Willy Wonka on her. Ding! Next guy moves up.
Hey, my name is Rebecca.
Chuck.
Where are you from?
America.
I'm also from there, I guess.
Good. I don't want no outbreak, kids. Those immigrants are going to get what's coming to them.
Rebecca, utterly trying and failing to keep this conversation going.
Yeah, misogyny, religious discrimination. What else? Lena Dunham, bad. Meryl Streep, bad. Hamilton, bad.
Do you know what the KKK is?
Kim, Courtney, and Chloe.
What incarnation is that? Are you genetically predisposed to any diseases?
Excuse me?
Yeah, my family has a history of being shot in the buttocks.
Wow, genetics is a wonder.
You must got that mesothelioma too.
Attention! If you and a loved one are diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
I don't know. I mean, my mom has Meddler.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Want to hear something cool about me?
Sure, why not? This state can't get much worse.
Did you know?
I'm a meninist.
A what?
A meninist. It's the opposite of a feminist. We're trying to make men the most powerful gender again. Women are taking over everything.
Are you okay?
I'm all right.
Rebecca was thankful 911 was only 3 numbers.
Wait, aren't you the guy who was on the local news for making meth on a bike?
Finally, something we can agree on.
Wait, that's just, oh my god.
I wrote it here if you want any.
Is it gluten-free?
Cops come in the door.
You Chuck Adams? I know that. Well then, come with me. You're under arrest. It seems here that you popped in a handicap zone. But my meth is gone? Oh, don't worry. We'll keep it safe for you. So you can have it when you get out. Good. Could you put it in my future kid's inheritance instead?
They put him in handcuffs.
CNN is fake news! Ding!
Next guy sits down. So far, Rebecca has dated a Russian immigrant, the first man to go to rehab for being a social media addict, and every stereotypical Trump supporter. Rebecca can feel her inner rainbow coming out already.
Hello, I'm Rebecca.
Good morrow to you, fair lady. Thou mayest refer to me as Bartholomew.
What do you do for a living?
For worketh I burn the innocence of my enemies.
I'm a millennial.
What doth thee bethink about marriage?
Oh, wow, I think we're going a little fast here, don't you think?
'Twould beest an honor to marry thee and father thy offspring.
Dude, slow down. I became the first person in history to kill a plastic plant. I don't want to know what would happen if I had kids.
We cannot flee to Russia.
Dmitri rushes back in.
It's Brittany here. Oh God, no, America is not as great as seems. I walk down street and some disheveled man grabs me and tells me to leave as fast as I can. After a minute, I realize it's President Obama.
Oh, shut up!
Brittany!
Shutteth thy gob! As I was declaring, we can escape to Russia as long as this Blackbeard the pirate isn't followeth.
What year do you think it is?
Why, 1621. What foolery art thou trying to pull?
Oh, that explains why you're covered in amber from the waist down.
Don't mind me. I need to write a letter.
Be my guest, but whoever you're going to write has a 100% chance of being dead.
Bartholomew goes outside and grabs a pigeon.
And I don't think that's paper.
How else shalt I inform good people about mine own news? Doth thee have any paper on which for me to write it? 'Tis this doth messaging transporter.
Just use text. You can borrow my phone if you like.
Alas, the horror!
You can buy one yourself. The Apple Store is right off North Shore to your left.
I love it, fruit.
No, Apple is a technology brand.
Do they sell Gutenberg printing presses?
No, buddy, they sell phones, like the one you said, alas, the horror about.
Oh, you are talking about the devil's work.
Sure, Samsung's moving speed. I heard they're giving out bags of marshmallows to roast once it blows up. It's sort of like a win-lose situation. You have to buy a new phone, but hey, s'mores are tasty. Just don't bring the phone on a plane. But you're obviously a bit old-fashioned, so I think you were using like flip phones in your time, weren't you?
I shall feast on this said marshmallow. My quest begins.
during the date. She decides to depart from the table and go her own way. Before she left, she remembered she was in a Starbucks, so she got in line behind every other Snapchat-using millennial in town. When her drink was ready, she could have sworn she heard,
Frappuccino for, hopeless?
end of play.
I am Jack, and I did every step of the way.
I'm Charlotte, and I did Blind Me.
I'm Julia, and I wrote Pears Are Better Than Apples.
I'm Mulder, and I wrote Undocumented in America.
I'm Helena, and I wrote Sisters.
I'm Corin Chapman, and I wrote Twin Ego.
I'm Teresa Conkamp, and I wrote A Mary Chase. And I'm Lace Hunt, and I wrote Harps of Discord.